well be early. Might as well be early. Oh, good morning, Mr. Kevin. Good morning. Hey, girl. Hey, everybody. Oh, this gonna be quick today. I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. We're gonna give it a minute. Let the peoples come in. How is everybody? Kevin, how you doing? Shauna, how you doing? What's going on? It's the weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Who cooking? Anybody cooking? All right. Well, I got to go back to. Okay, I'm tripping. All right. Anybody who cooking? Anybody cooking anything? No cooking? No nothing? Anybody doing nothing? I should play some upbeat music. I'm tired. Oh, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Green beans and tomatoes. That's good. I wish I could eat. It would be a good weekend to eat. It really would be. Good morning, Belinda. I feel like I haven't seen you. Probably haven't, but I miss you. I had a dream that I was telling you about my life. Wow. Wow. Maybe you need a life coaching situation. Maybe that's what you need, or you need an auntie. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Go on my website and be like, ask auntie. I know it's been a while. I know it has. Yeah. Yeah, it has been a while. Maybe we need to get together or something. I don't know. You're here at work? Okay. Okay. I have to make pizza later for my daughter rather mine's and Domino's. Yeah, Domino's is gross. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Lanisha. What's going on, y'all? Y'all share, tag somebody or whatever. I promise you, today, in Jesus' name, y'all hold me. It's gonna be quick. I really want it to be quick. I really am a little tired today. I'm still recovering from my road trip. I went on a road trip. Went by myself, and hey, Mia, went by myself to Arkansas. I drove by myself, and it was a good time because that's why this one is titled Road Revelation, because I'm gonna give y'all the revelation God gave me, because I asked him, was it just for me or was it for others? Hey, Sharice, was it for everybody? Could I share it? And he told me yes. So I'm going to share the revelation, and then we're gonna get off here. Ain't no plan, ain't no nothing today. I'm just because I'm like, ooh, I'm drained. It's a whole lot going on. But y'all, I on the way home, I think I turned a 10-hour drive to an 8-hour drive. So y'all pray for me because I got a heavy foot, but I just wanted to get home. And yeah, but it was nice weather. I don't even know what the weather gonna be today in Chicago, but it was like 80, 85 all the 3 days I was down there. It was nice. It was nice, but yeah, y'all share, tag somebody if you have to, because y'all know what's this Facebook and their algorithms, and YouTube. If you're not on my YouTube channel, please go follow me on YouTube. It's same name, Tamara Rochelle on YouTube. Follow me on my YouTube channel because there are some things that I'm about to roll out that are only going to be happening on YouTube. I'm going to be filming and doing lives over there. And so y'all might want to go over there and follow me on YouTube. So yeah, so let's just get going. For those who are on here or may see this on a replay or something like that, I am Tamara Rochelle. I am, everybody calls me Tammy. Tam, TTT. Good morning, Dominique. Everybody's favorite auntie, EFA. That is my business. EFA is a conglomerate of businesses, but one of them is life coaching. The other is meal prep. Meal prep will be coming back in the month of June. I am working on the menu right now. I will be putting out a flyer in the coming days, so somewhere around the 15th or something like that. But I'll put it out so that if you want meal prep before, you can order and all that good stuff. It's all plant-based, dairy-free. That's how I do. That's how I roll. So if you are up for a plant-based meal or something like that, and I'm trying to get it together where I can do some pop-ups. Hey, good morning, Geronda. Do some pop-ups and stuff like that. I'm almost finished with your stuff, Geronda. I'm almost finished. I'm going to be working on it this weekend. So hopefully I can get it to you very soon. You want to be a sous chef? Come on, because I'm gonna need some help. I feel like I'm gonna need some major help, because so we're rolling out a lot of stuff. I think the month of July, me and my admins have been working. The month of July, the juices will be coming out, so we're gonna do a whole thing with the juices, and I have a signature drink that I'm working on. So it's a lot. Hey, Miss Diana. So I'm EFA is out here trying to do the darn thing. So yeah, it's moving. So and this is it's great time. It's a great time. It's a great time to be in the Lord. Hey, Camila, good morning. It's a great time to be in the Lord. It's a great time to get yourself together, and to move out on any type of dream or vision or thing that you have. Or had over the years, or when you were younger. This is now the time to put that thing into motion. Don't sit back on anything that God has given you concerning a dream or a vision, because now is the time. You're going to have the resources, the people, everything that you need, you're going to have. And so you have to just believe that God has control of your life, and that's basically what I know that he's doing with me. He has control of my life. I've given him control. I've given him a yes, and then on the road, y'all, the man asked for another yes for something else in my life, and I was just like, oh, how many yeses do you need? Like, ain't one enough? I really was just like, ain't one enough? But that's not the road revelation I want to give y'all. That's personal. That's personal stuff. Alicia, good morning, Miss Rosa. I mean, Ashley, we ain't going up too far today. Look, I think I look tired. I feel like my face looks tired. And I got some good sleep. So yeah, so let's get started. So good morning to everybody. Good afternoon, evening, if you watch on the replay at any time. I appreciate you all always being here on Friday. We are here Friday, 8 a.m. CST. I do have a prayer school. It is now called I call APA. It's Ascension Prayer Academy. So that my prayer school is open. And you can, if you want to be part of it, you can go to my website. We are in our warfare prayer series for the next couple of months. So if you want to be part of the prayer school, please go to my website, tamararachelle.com. I do have one. Okay, so yeah, Ascension Prayer Academy. I didn't even think about even putting the new logo that I created, and with Ashley's help, we created a nice logo. I think it's beautiful. Everybody says the same thing when they see it. It says fire. I see fire in it, and I was like, that was what I was going for, because I just kept seeing flames when I was doing it. So I'm just like, this is God. So yeah, if you want to be part, hey, come join tamarachelle.com. APA, yes, APA, Ascension Prayer Academy, because it ain't just me praying and y'all praying. No, I'm teaching. There's a level of intellect that I believe an intercessor needs and prayer people need. We need it. And so I'm going to teach in different sectors in different ways. Right now it's warfare, so we're talking about the military, and I think it's beautiful. Hopefully my students are getting what they need and enjoying the military side of and the parallels between God's army and then our physical army. Camila on YouTube said absolutely. So anyways, because I promise you, I'm trying to really make this short and sweet today, because it's the holiday. Everybody go home and go and enjoy your families, cook. I'm gonna finish my work, and then I'm gonna go cut my grass so it be looking nice and all that kind of stuff. I want to get all of that done today and just be able to relax, because I have a pretty loaded weekend. So and I want y'all to just chill so we can get off of here, and then y'all can go finish what y'all got to do. So as I was on the road, I had as I was saying, I went to Arkansas. So I was driving to Arkansas, and actually it really was on the way back, because God was talking to me about me on the way there, and some things that I had to give him a yes to. Good morning, Karen. Give him a yes to, and so that's not what I'm talking about. As I was on the way back, I am the type of person, so I have navigation in my car, and I use Google. I use Google on my phone, because I like to, because sometimes, I like to see the different routes and which way, who gonna take me where. And even on my way there, when I put in the address to where I was going, the Google always had a faster time. Google always, and I'm the person that I need the faster time. Don't put me in no place where it's taking me another hour to get somewhere. So my car was saying it was given a extra hour to get where we had to go, and so that was the same thing that happened on the way home. Right, the same thing happened on the way home, and so I'm driving, and there's going to Arkansas, if you're going into Pine Bluff, there's really, to me, only one way in, one way out kind of thing. But I had been down there previously, like 9 years prior. And so I'm very good with landmarks. I'm very good when I see things that I know. My memory is like, oh yeah, I remember this. I see stuff like, oh yeah, I remember this intersection. I remember this was right. I remember this. And so as I, on my way there, I'm driving. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember that. I remember that. So on my way home, hey Belinda, on my way home, I look at my GPS, because I left at like 4:30 in the morning, because I'm an early morning person. I like to get out before the traffic. I like to get out I like to be up before basically for the world is up. That's my thing. Even when I'm at home, I am up very early, because it's something about the stillness of the morning that I love to commune with God. And so I'm up. I'm out the door, out the hotel at like 4:30. I'm on the road. It's just like right before daybreak. I think it's just the most beautiful, most serene thing. Okay, that's just me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, because some of y'all like, I just rather get on the flight. Sometimes I'd rather get on the flight, but there's sometimes when it's just like, the prices was way too high. It was way too high. So I put in my GPS on my car and on the phone. And so, of course, Google says, which Google I call Betsy, right? That's Betsy. She gonna be Betsy. My car is named Justice. So they have two different times. I look at the routes, and I'm driving, and I'm just like, okay, the route list says this turn here, blah blah blah. Betsy, who is Google, has me going a different way. And so I said this time I was like, because I get to the place where I'm so where justice is telling me to turn. Now I know this way because this is the way I came. This is the way I came. I did 9 years ago. All of the things that was happening, I was just like, I know this way because I know what's going to be on that side. I know what's going. I know how it's going to take me. I know what's on the road. I know what the road looks like. All of those things, right? And so I said, this time I said, nope, I'm going to follow Betsy. I'm going to follow Betsy because she's giving me a faster time to get to where I'm going. So I'm going to follow her. So instead of turning, I decided to go straight. I'm following the GPS. And so I'm following the GPS and I get to a place and I'm looking around and I'm driving and I'm like, oh, this is new to me. This is so new, right? I'm like, yeah, I was like, I don't think I ever came this way before and all of these things. Good morning, Chantel. I don't think I ever came this way before. All of these things are going through my head. And so as I'm continuing to drive, and it's unfamiliar territory to me, a slight fear hits, right? A slight fear hits. And so then I'm driving, but I say to myself, and this is where I'm going with this. And if y'all prophetic and y'all know where I'm going anyway. But I say out loud to myself, well, out in the atmosphere, I say, as I'm driving, the further I go, because I'm like, this road is, I'm like, wow, I've never seen any of this before. I didn't even know this road was here. But in my head, it's gonna get me to where I need to be faster. I say, it's okay to take another path. And I felt like the Lord was on it. I felt like the Lord was on it because I felt like, because I'm the person that's going, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go the way that I know to go. I'm gonna go the way that I know to go, even if the GPS says something else because it'll reroute. But this time I said, it's okay to take another path. And I mean, when I tell you, I felt the Lord on it, and I was just like, okay, you talking this morning. It's like, by this time, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun is, it's kind of starting to break a little bit. And I could see, all this type of stuff. And I'm saying, okay, so Lord, what are you saying about this other path? Because what I'm looking around and what I know is no longer around me. Because I didn't go the route that I know. I didn't go I didn't go turn down the street that I know that was going to take me down several turns that was going to get me to the place where I knew all the landmarks. I'm a landmark person. I know markers. And so I didn't go that route. And so everything around me was not, it was unfamiliar. There was an unfamiliarness about my surroundings. And so so a slight fear hit. And I wanted to turn back and go back the other way. And I said, and I had to reason with myself, if you turn back, good morning, Kina, if you turn back and go the other way, you're going to be further, the time that you're given to be at your destination is going to elongate the trip. So what you have to do is just push forward until you get to the place where you are familiar with, because at some point there's going to be an intersecting of where you're going, because listen to this, the destination is still the same. So I have two different, and then let me tell y'all what happened. I got two different GPSs going, right? I got my car navigation. I got who's Justice. The Justice is my car, and I got Betsy, who is Google. So I'm driving, and Justice is saying, turn here, turn here, turn here, because Betsy's trying to get me back on the road that she had originally. So she's like, you're off the path. But I was just like, you'll adjust, right? You will adjust. I'm like, okay. And then I really think Justice got mad at me because she stopped talking altogether after a while. She stopped talking. I looked at my screen, the little lines wasn't on. I said, Lord, do I gotta reprogram her, do whatever? I was just like, just leave it alone. She'll be fine, right? But I said, okay. And I said, but I'm going to continue this road, even though I haven't been there. It's unfamiliar to me, but I'm gonna go, even with the slight fear I had. of my surroundings. Now I wasn't in danger. I wasn't anything. It just didn't look familiar to me. It wasn't familiar. It's a different road. It's a different path. It's different. The surroundings are different. I end up going through a town, and I was just like, oh, I'm in a rural area where, I seen a man sitting on his porch early in the morning drinking his coffee, and I'm just like, my God, I'm seeing things that I wouldn't have never saw on the other road. Y'all hearing me? I saw stuff on this road that I didn't see on the other road. But at one point, it all came together. It just bypassed some of the other stuff. It took me around some of the stuff that I would have saw, some of the stop signs, some of the obstacles, or just, I'm saying obstacles for lack of better terms, some of the things that I would have encountered on the road if I had if I had stayed on the other one. So it took me past it. So it wasn't a lot of lights. It wasn't a lot of, because coming out of, it's a lot, stop and goes. It's a lot of, a lot of stop signs to get to. And so it took me completely around. And I was just like, wow, it's okay to take a different path. And so that's my admonishment to you all today, that even if God tells you to go a different route, the destination is still the same. My destination didn't change because I put my address is programmed into my car. It's programmed into Betsy in Google. It's programmed. So I hit home and it's going to take me home. So it doesn't matter the road you take, the destination is the issue. If you know that the destination is the same, if you know that don't worry about the path. Don't worry about which way God takes you. He's trying to get you to the he's trying to get you to the same destination that he had for you from the foundation of the world. And that's the one thing that he started talking to me about. It's okay. Even though I had a slight fear, I had a little bit of fear, and I wanted to turn around, because that's what the children of Israel wanted to do. They wanted to turn and go back because they kept saying it. We just should go back to Egypt where the leeks and the onions are. Y'all, you want us to die out here. You want us to, to perish out here. We don't have anything. We don't, and so we always want the familiar. And that's the problem, where we get locked into the familiar and we always want to stay on the same road. But sometimes it's the road less traveled that gets you somewhere faster. Are y'all hearing me this morning? Sometimes it's the road less traveled. It's going to take you around some obstacles that was on the road that you knew, all the markers that I knew. It's going to take you around all of that so that it's just smooth. Sometimes the different path, it doesn't present the obstacles. It doesn't present the hiccups and the things that you might encounter on the road that you know. So God says it's okay to take another path. It's okay, because the destination, the path doesn't matter. Some of us are so, comfortable way, Miss Diana. Some of us are so, we're so locked in to one way. We're locked into one way. And this is one of the things that, even as I was on the road, that God was showing me, that I as I was talking to him about, was not getting boxed in to how he talks to me. That I had to get out of my mind that he's going to only talk this way. He's only going to talk that way. Because we box God in. Good morning, Miss Bernice. We box him in, and we don't let God be God. We box him into our limitations. And God is trying to get us out of this limited thinking, this limited way of dealing with him, so that he can show you all of him. And so I was dealing with my heart and my thoughts on how I think God should talk, because I am one that can grab a revelation from a billboard, and that actually happened as I was driving, but that was a personal one. I can grab it from anywhere. That's just how God deals with me. But sometimes I didn't realize that I was despising how he would talk, how I would get his revelation, or how things would come to me. I think I was kind of despised. I had a disdain for it, because in my mind, and I'm gonna be transparent, in my mind, I felt like he was audibly speaking to everybody else, and then me, he wasn't audibly speaking. And so I had a disdain for it. And I was like, that's not fair. And so, but it was my perception, right? It's my perception of how I think God speaks to other people. I don't know how he speaks to other people, but in my mind, I'm like, you speak to other people way more indifferent than you speak to me. And so then I had a problem with it. But but it was really me thinking that, no, God, I want you to speak to me this way. I don't want you to come in different ways. I want you to speak to me this way. And so as I was driving, I had to deal with myself, and deal with the part of me that was feeling inadequate in my hearing, and inadequate in the revelation and how it came, because I'm driving on the road. And it's funny. I hope Belinda's still on here, because I was text you because I have something to tell you about PB No J. Um, because he gave me a whole scenario, a whole situation as I'm driving, and I look at a sign, and I see, how when you're driving on the road and it tells you the Taco Bell and KFC and this food chain or whatever is off at this exit, and boom, he starts speaking to me, and I'm just like, whoa, and I'm on the road like, oh my God, but I had to resolve how he speaks. I had to resolve. And some of us are trying to pack God away and say, only do it this way. I remember there was a time when God would come in my room. Holy Spirit would come in my room, and I knew God was there. I knew he was there all the time, because he would hit the lower part of my back. I would feel his hand, okay, I'm gonna tell you offline. I would feel his presence in my back, and it would go from the lower part of my back all the way up to like the back of my neck. And I knew that's how he used to deal with me, because I was a feeling person. My discernment is very strong. Good morning, Drea. My discernment was very strong, and that's how he would deal with me. But then when he stopped doing that, then I would say, well, God's not here, because I was so used to him coming like that for years. That's how he would come in the room. And so that's how I knew he was upon me. And so because of that, I got so used to the path that he chose to reveal himself, or to come to come in with in my life. I got so used to it that when it stopped, I thought God wasn't with me. And some of you all, God is shifting how he wants to present himself. He has shifted how he wants to talk, because it's a maturity thing. It's a development thing. He doesn't want you to come, and he doesn't want you to lock into one way with him, or you're going to miss it. And so because I would sit there, and one day I was so in rebellion in myself, because I'm like, I'm just going to lay here until you come. And I laid there for about, because I get up early, so I got time to lay in the bed. And I folded my arms, and I was very serious, because I was so used to the one way God would come. And I said, I'm not moving until you come. I'm not moving until you come to me. I'm not moving until I feel your presence. And then after about an hour, he came in, and I said, okay, fine, now you're here. But I had to learn that he's still with me, no matter if I feel him or not. Because it's a different path. The path is different. He wants to show you a different side of him. Like right now, I am in the space where God is showing me the encourager. He's an encourager. He has been encouraging me himself, not through other people, but himself. He's showing up as an encourager. And I'm like, my God, like I didn't know you as an encourager. And we have to stop limiting God to our natural human relegations of what we want from him and how we want it. Because if you only want it one way, you're going to miss him. If you only used to one way, you're going to miss him. If you only want God to come the way he's been coming for the last 20 years, you're going to miss him, because he's trying to shift. He's trying to shift the way you know him. And so it's time to know him. It's time to know him differently. It's time to know him in a greater way. There is a fullness to God. God is not just healer. He's not just deliverer. He's not just encourager. He's the provider. He's all seen and all knowing. He's a good father. I'm learning even another side and another level of the fatherhood of God. But this is a new path. This is a new path. And the thing that we don't do is we don't want the change. We don't want a new path. No, God, you've been coming this way all this time. Why would you shift? Because we are people that don't like change. We don't like to shift. We don't like to move. No, and we know because when you come this way, I know that you are here all the time. But when you have to deal with a little bit of separation, and you gotta, I always say I liken God sometimes to the baby that is learning to walk, where they stand up, you stand them up, they get their balance a little bit, and they try to take a step, and then the more steps that they take, God, it's like the parent moves back so that they can get stronger. I sometimes feel like that's what God does, that he steps back so that we can take we can take more steps to get closer to him, so that we're stronger. You build up your prayer life as you're trying to find him, because that is even about the seeker. When you're seeking God, it's not, you can't stay at one level of seek, because it's just like you've maxed that level. You know that route. All the markers are there. You know that route. You know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. You know what it smells like. There is comfortability there. There is no fear there. There is no fear in that area. But when the path is different, wait a minute. Maybe I think I want to turn back, and I want to go. No, God, you got to come this way, because I'm used to you this way. I'm so used to you doing it this way. I don't want to change, because now, and then what happens is you start crying, and then a small temper tantrum starts to happen, because you want it the way you want it, and God saying, no, I need you to come up. I need you to mature a little bit. I need you to shift with me, because it's a cadence of heaven. You got to be in the cadence of God. You have to be in the harmony. You got to be in the melodious walking of God, because when you know his heart, you'll be able to shift and move. Wow. Wow. Then I took a different road, and I didn't see the road was smooth. Wow. Wow. Look at that, Sharice. Look at that. The temper tantrums are real, because we don't, and I promise y'all what, I'll tell y'all later. But we have to understand that God says it's okay to take another path. The destination is still the same. The people you know is on that other road, but those might be people you have to separate from for a minute, because God wants you by himself. He wants you to himself. Y'all understand what I'm saying? He may want you to himself. And so there may be a separation. There's going to be a difference. You're going to meet other people, and like the man sitting on his, he just sitting there with his coffee early morning. I said he probably does this all the time. He sits up early in the morning. He probably was looking at me like, because I seen him looking like what you doing over here? Because it was the road less traveled. It seems like it's not a lot of people on this road. I saw more houses than I would on the other road, because the other road, it was just grass, farmland on either side, with maybe a couple, silos, that hold the grain and all of that. But it was nothing. On this road, I saw people, I saw shops, I saw, when I got closer to where I needed to be to get on the actual highway that I needed to be on, I saw a gas station, I saw a car wash, I saw a whole town, and I was just like, oh wow. But it was okay to go that way. It was absolutely okay to go that way. Thank you, Alicia. So you all have to understand that when God wants you to take another route, take the route. It's unfamiliar. It's going to be a little scary, but he's still with you, because the thing about it is you have a security blanket. And the security blanket is the destination is still the same. Hey, nephew, the destination is still the same because my destination ain't changed. The time it was going to take me to get there didn't change. The only thing changed was the path. The only thing changed was the path. We are so locked in to the path that we're on that we don't want to shift. We don't want to change. We don't want new people to come in. We don't want any of that. We just want the same old, same old. And the same old is not going to get you where you need to be. It's not going to help you grow. It's not, because you're so familiar with it. That spirit of familiarity is so upon you that familiarity and growth don't go together. Please hear me and understand. Familiarity and growth do not go together. There is nothing about familiarity that is going to cause you to develop. You're familiar with the people. This is and this is no knock to anybody, but it's like the same challenges. I'm challenging you to pray. And it's like there's nothing else. And God is saying, I need you to step over into a new path, because I'm going to bring somebody that's going to kick you in the back further, harder than the people that are in your life right now. I need to bring some different people, because you need a new set of eyes. You need a new set of ears. You need a new set of people that's going to catapult you to the future. You need a different path. You need a different path. And the problem is we don't want a different path. We want the same old, because it's so familiar and it's so comfortable. And we don't never want to get outside of the comfortability that we have as people in Christ, people in our business, people in ministry, we never want to get outside of the realm of our own thinking, the realm of our own production. I had to absolutely tell one of my friends, like yesterday, I was like, no, I need your help. We're afraid to ask for help because we think we got it. And we weren't called to have it. There's some people along your path that you got to say, hey, I need help. I can't do this one by myself. I need your expertise. We have to be okay with, and I'm gonna say this from a business standpoint. So this is to all the business people, all the people who have ideas. Hey, Miss Karen, all the people who have ideas, all the people who want to start a business, write a book, whatever. Stop being worried about people stealing your stuff. Because even if they do, they can't produce it like you produce it, because your anointing is on it, your fingerprint is on it. You're gonna have to open up to the point where you're gonna put your baby in somebody's hands and trust them with it. You're gonna have to do that. That's to the business people with ideas, people with witty inventions and things like that, because you can't produce it by yourself. You don't have all the parts. You don't have all the parts. This is a path where other people are going to come along a new path and say, no, I can help you with this. But you're going to have to be one that asks for help as well. You can't you can't be the admin. You can't be the originator. You can't be the marketing person. You can't. You can't. And you may have skills in every area, but you can't, because you're going to wear yourself out. That was free. This new path. This new path, it's the newness. You have to get on a new path. You have to get on a new road. You have to get on, because it's going to take you around some of the stuff that you went through even last time. You're going to miss some people. When I say miss some people, that means you not miss them like, oh, I miss you. No, you gonna bypass them. Some people that you don't want to see. Some people, because on the familiar road, everybody is over there. So it's really just time. It's really, really fully time to just shift and go down a different path. The destination, don't worry about the destination. That's the problem with all of us. We're so concerned about the destination. We're so concerned about what it's going to look like in the end. In the end, it's home. In the end, it's the reward. It's the reward of what you wanted from the beginning. You got where you were supposed to get in the time that you were supposed to get there. And in the natural sense, for me, I got there way before the GPS said, because I cut down a 10-hour drive and I turned it into 2 hours. Because I don't play about that road. I don't play. So there is, and even though there were obstacles on the road that I was on, and not even full obstacles, there were things like speed checks and all this type of stuff. You see those coming because my GPS is talking to me. Speed trap, it's talking to you, right? You can see it. Now, the difference with my 2 GPSs, y'all, my car doesn't tell me there's a speed trap. Google does. So Betsy, I'm gonna always roll with Betsy because Betsy telling me speed trap is ahead. So that means I got to slow down a little bit. I got to slow my speed just a little bit because there is a distraction or something that's ahead of you that may derail you. So what you got to do is all you have to do is slow down a little bit. Slow down, get past it, do whatever maneuver you got to do to get past it, and then get back to your normal speed. Get back to your normal routine. Get back to the thing that you were doing, because once again, only thing the different path did was take you around some stuff and got you on the road and further ahead than you would have been had you taken the original road. That's it. That's all. That's all I got today, y'all. It's okay to take a different path. The destination's still the same. Stop crying. Stop fretting about a new path. Stop fretting about new people. I don't know why. Stop fretting about new people. It's all in the plan of God. It's all in his plan. Because there are people that are going to push you. There are people that are going to bless you and give you the things that you didn't have. The people that are in your life are still going to be there, right? They're still going to be there. But he has to institute some new stuff and some new people and some new places. He has to institute some new vision. Walk past the fear. Get past the thing that's causing you to want to go back. Get past the thing that's causing you to want to go back. And say, I believe I could do it by myself. When my daughter's mom died, toughest days, I had to reach. Get help and surround myself with positive people. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, Prophet Linda. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin. Because we have this mentality as people, because we've seen strong people in our families, grandmothers and mothers, and they said they did it all, but then they really weren't able to do it all because there were some inadequacies in them, and there was some, we just didn't know it. They made it look good. It's okay to say I need help. And a lot of people are so prideful and so embarrassed. Sometimes it's not even pride. It's a little bit of pride mixed in with embarrassment. It's so that we say that we're so embarrassed that we don't even want to ask, because we think somebody's going to look at us a certain way, like, oh, you should be this, or you should have this together. No, I shouldn't. I mean, come on, Belinda. Shift, adjust, do not go back. And don't fear. God didn't, if he said, I raised up a brother for your adversity, right? If he raised up people was born for what you're going through, then why do we think we can do it all? Why do we think we don't need anybody else? Why do we think that? He said, I raised up people to come into your life, to undergird you, to hold you up, to strengthen you. And we sit back and we be like, I don't need nobody. That's pride. And your embarrassment and your inadequacies because it's how you see you, and you think people are going to see you the same way. Come on, Belinda. We need each other, and we need to be okay with what that we need. That's it. That's the thought process and trick of the enemy. It is. So we have to reach out to people. It's okay. I reached out to my friend. I said, hey, I need this. I need this. I'm like, I can't do all of this. God, especially when God puts things on your plate, he puts things on your plate and he says, do this. And you like, how am I supposed to accomplish all of this? I'm like, no, I need some help because me in times past, I was the person wouldn't ask for help. I'm not asking nobody. I'm not doing that. I'm not asking nobody because I can do the cooking, I can do the cleaning, I can do this, I can do, and I can handle the incoming invoices and the customers and no, you can't. No, you are wearing yourself out to the point you're going to quit. Because how many times you said you had it and then you turn around and quit because you didn't have it? We're not honest with ourselves. We're not honest. I am learning to be honest with me. I ain't got it. And today was one of them days I was like, God, I ain't got this. I was like, no, I'm like, it's the weekend. It's the holiday weekend too. I was like, that's okay. I'm not getting on here. And I promise y'all, it wasn't until about 7:54 because I'm like, I'm tired. I'm still recuperating. I was like, because when you on the road, for me, it's an adrenaline situation. It's adrenaline, and I'm driving, and it's adrenaline because I love to drive. So I'm okay. I'm okay being by myself, even though people were trying to go with me. I'm like, okay, I'm okay being by myself. But it was a God thing that I was by myself because he was able to speak to me about some things and get another yes out of me. And I was like, my God. Yes, come on, Belinda. So I'm no longer the person to say I don't need help. I'm not that person. I don't care what it is. I need help. I need because let me tell y'all what help does. When you contact somebody else or you talk to somebody else, your vision begins to unlock. So what you saw, somebody could say something, and then your vision unlocks, and it's just like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. Like one of my friends, I was on the phone with her last night, and she says, "Have you thought about this?" And I was like, "No." She said, I see so and so and so and so. I'm like, hold on, let me get my phone and take some notes because people have a part. God can show them part of your vision. And you know what she said to me? She said, man, I was telling her about some of the things that I've always wanted to do and the things but she said, she said, I think too small. She said, I got to start thinking bigger. That's what she said. Because when you start collaborating and talking to somebody else, it's going to open you up, especially if you're prophetic. You're going to your prophetic prowess is going to start stirring, and it's going to open you up even the more. You're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Oh my God, I didn't even do. Oh my God. And so you start taking notes and saying, okay, God, and then you let him fit it in. Don't go running off and doing stuff prematurely, but you let him fit it in. People feel like I was unable to write. Oh, I understand that. And you know what? That's another thing, Kevin, where we want to prove people wrong. We want to prove people wrong, and so we get into a situation where you want to prove people wrong when you really don't have anything to prove to anybody. But I understand because it's a bombardment of criticisms that come, and they're bombarding you, and it's like, why don't you think I can do this? And I'm glad you didn't care. I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad you stuck with it. So yeah, guys, ask for help. Ask for help. Ask for help. Ask for help. You don't have all the pieces. If the Bible said we know in part, y'all, and we prophesy in part. Come on, y'all. Come on. We only know parts. We don't know we don't, even though we see the whole vision, even though God has show us the whole vision and show us the destination, right? He shows us the destination. I know what the destination look like. I know what my house look like. I know what the street look like. I know how to get there. I know the destination. I don't know the middle path. And I don't know who needs to bring what to me so I can get there safely, so I can get there on time, so I can get there and the fullness of the vision is unfolding before me. Ultimately, we're trying to unfold the whole vision that God gave us. That's the ultimate situation. We're just trying to unfold it. That's what we're trying to do. But what we do is we don't necessarily want to be that person. We want to take all the credit. That's the problem. We want to take all the credit. We want to take all the credit. Yeah, we do. We want all, no. I don't want nobody else to know. I don't want nobody else to, I want all the credit. And because we want all the credit. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing something real quick. Because we want all the credit, then we don't want to give credit to anybody else. We don't want to allow anybody else in the space because we are selfish people. We're selfish. See what I'm saying, Kevin? Look at you, because that's the development. We develop. It's a development situation when we take a new road because what's familiar is on the other road. So there's no development needed. There is no growth needed because the road that you're on is familiar. You've mastered that. And so God is trying to shift y'all and me to a different road because I need new scenery. Do you know when you change your environment, your vision clears? When I'm in writer's block, you know what I do? I leave my house and I go to the library, or I go down by the water, or somewhere else other than the place that I write all the time. Because when you're familiar with a place, it can be a distraction to you. It can be a distraction when you're familiar with the place. You're familiar with your house. Your house can be a distraction. Your house can be an absolute distraction. Your house can be a distraction to the play because all of a sudden you trying to sit down. I'm just use writers as a scribes and people as a example. You about to write a chapter in your book, and then all of a sudden you're at home and you sitting down at your desk or your table or whatever, and you go to write, and then immediately you like, man, I got to put the clothes in the wash machine. Man, the kitchen ain't clean. I need to cook. If you got kids, man, the kids, I didn't do this for the kids. All of these thoughts start running and going through your mind. Am I? Thank you, Christina. All the thoughts are running through your mind. Good morning. All the thoughts are running through your mind, right? And so then you ain't wrote nothing because you find yourself getting up. I'm hungry. But if you go outside of the thing, that was that's familiar to you and go somewhere that's not, let me tell you what happens. Things begin to unlock. Things begin to happen. Things begin to show up. Thoughts begin to roll because now your environment has changed and shifted. Get on a new path. Get on a new path. That's it. That's all. Get on a new path. Get on a new path. Don't be afraid of the old one. Please start asking for help, Gavin. It's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. You're going to grow and you're going to be better for it. And so will your girls. We need help. I used to like do flyers and stuff back in the day. It was just something I did. I'm a creative, so anything I put my hands to. I think I'm pretty good at it. I may not be perfect. I may not be, one of the top graphic designers because that's not what I aspire to be. That's not something I aspire to be. I'm a writer. I cook. I have things that are my focus, and that's my thing, and that's my niche. And then boom, there's some things I can do just because I can sit down and do it. And so I created a logo, and had some help from one of my friends. And she was like, oh, let's do this, let's put this there, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Oh, because sometimes you can just be one dimensional in your, like, oh, this looks good, but then I was like, oh, something's missing. And so I asked her. And so then once we liked it and thought it was done, I sent it to the person who does my flyers. I sent it to Christina. She's on YouTube right now. I sent it over to say, hey, what do you think about this? Because she has expertise that I don't have. She said, this is good. I said, on a scale from I think 1 to 5 or something. She was like, it's a 5. Like, it's dope. And I'm just like, wow, thanks. Coming from somebody who does this, because I just was playing around with something. I saw something in my head and I just wanted to create. And so for me, sometimes I see something and I want to do it instead of having to articulate it to somebody just to see if I can do it. And I'm just like, man, I like this. And everybody who saw it was like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. They gave me all these compliments. And I'm just like, that's cool. That's really cool. But I asked for help. It's okay to get out of the place and ask for help. Because when you don't ask for help, I'm telling you, it's a spirit of pride. Thank you, Christina. It's a spirit of pride that's on you. Pride doesn't ask for help because it's like, I can do it myself. No, you can't. You're so welcome, Mia. You got to ask for help. And it's in anything. If you are feeling overwhelmed, ask for help. Talk to somebody. Stop sitting in this thing and just sitting in this feeling and these emotions. We got to stop that. And you don't want to ask and talk to somebody and say, man, I need to bounce this off of you. I'm feeling this type of way. We got to stop those things. God raised up people for our adversity and for things that we go through. I mean, he's our helper and he sends help. I understand because and I understand, Miss Linda, about the rejection. Rejection is a thing, but you have to understand something that people are not necessarily rejecting you. It's the way we process when we think rejection is coming. It's a perception of rejection. The enemy wants you to feel like everybody's going to reject me. When that's not the case. We take everything that somebody does personal. We take it so personal. I had to learn not to take what people do and say personal. Hey, Shanika, I ain't seen you earlier. Where you been? You just been hiding in the background. We take everything so personal if I ask somebody, hey, can you help me with this? And they say, no, I can't do that. Then we feel like, oh my God, they rejected me and now I'm nothing. And now, and oh, I'm so inadequate. And oh, I'm not worthy. We go into this whole space in our head. And it's just like, no, they just said they couldn't do it. Okay, let me go ask somebody else. So we have to learn to process through rejection. Like, it's not rejection. Like there is some things that's like true rejection. Like, yes, but then there's some stuff that's not. And then there's some things rejection comes from people who don't like the God in you. There's levels to rejection. Some people see the light and they like, I ain't fooling with that one. Nope. And they're gonna do everything they can. They're gonna be nasty, and it's not you. I have learned to laugh at that type of stuff. This is why your discernment has to be strong and keen, because you'll know when somebody's really not rejecting you. They're rejecting the God in you. It's just like they won't fool with you. And it's not you. You got to learn to process this thing correctly. The perception of rejection. I think I need to preach that. Hold on, because when I say something, I'm learning myself, y'all, that when I say something, I can't spell perception. Child, it's too early. When I say something, I'm learning that when I say something, it can be very prophetic, and I don't even really realize it. And then people say, "Oh my God!" And so I'm learning myself. I'm learning to take what I say, and really listen to what I say. And so All of that said, in this Memorial Day weekend message is take the road less traveled. It's okay to take a new path. It's okay not to be in this place. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay for new people to come in. It's okay for new ideas. It's okay for somebody to give you an idea on your business. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to take advice from other parents. It's really okay. It's really okay, y'all. It's okay. You don't have to do this alone. I was even in the midst of fear. I was on this road. And I was like, man, I should turn around. That was my because our immediate thought is to turn around. I'm like, but I didn't came too far to go all the way back around. Just follow the GPS. Just follow the road. Ain't that what they told Dorothy? Follow the yellow brick road. I know it's a fairy tale, but follow the yellow brick road. Because at the end, her destination was at the end of the road. It may not look like it, but the destination is at the end. Ask for help. Ask for help. It's okay. And here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. When you ask, if you don't like the advice, you don't have to take it. If the advice don't line up with your with your with your life, it doesn't line up with your beliefs, you don't have to take the advice. You can say, I appreciate the advice, or I agree to disagree, or whatever. You don't always have to take it. Taper it, eat the fish, spit out the bones. We have to learn to navigate life, y'all. We got to learn to navigate the nuances of life. Just because I get advice don't mean I have to take it. Because maybe it doesn't line up with what I believe. Or maybe it's something that's going to be harmful. You don't have to, come on, Camila, you don't have to take the advice. But if you know it's necessary, take the advice. Take the path. Take the path, y'all. All right. That's it for today. I think it was good. I wasn't, I promise you, I wasn't planning on, I was just like, it's gonna be 30 minutes because I was like, I don't got it to give. I felt like I don't know if y'all anybody remember the Huxtables, and I remember the episode when Claire was just spent. Claire was just like, I got nothing left to give, Cliff. I got nothing left to give. And he said that she went away in this cabin in the woods and all of that kind of stuff. And she, stuff was happening. The window had broke out. She was cold. All this stuff was going on, and she ended up going home like the same night because she just was like, and he was making fun of her. I felt like that this morning, like I got nothing to give. I ain't got nothing to give. I'm gonna give him this. I said, it's okay to share this revelation about the road, and he said yes. I said okay, because that's what they're gonna get today, because that's all I got. And he brought some other things in there that I ain't even know. So my admonishment, I urge you, take the road, take the path. It's okay to take a new one. Take the path that's less traveled. Take the path that's going to develop you. Take the path that's going to mature you. Take the path that's going to get you out of your comfort zone. Take the path that's going to offer the new you. It's going to mature you and make you new. Take that path and allow others to come in and be part of your story. I was like, why did I get low? Take where people are going to be part of your story. People are always going to be part of your story. I was in the place. So you're so welcome, Linda. So listen, so I went to Arkansas because my a friend of mine, her grandma died, right? Her grandma died, and so I went down there to support. And it's altogether it's 4 of us, and we haven't been in the same room probably more than 8 years. We haven't been in the same room together probably more than 8. We came out of the church together. We almost talk almost every day via text, right? We text every day, but we haven't been in the same room together. And as I was sitting, I'm like, this is my history. These are the people that are part of my story. That one of them was the one who it was her mom who passed, but she was the one who birthed me in prayer and ran me down, literally ran me down in prayer and was like, "You're gonna pray. The Holy Ghost said you gotta pray." Blah blah blah. She was, and I'm looking at these ladies. And I'm saying, I honor them because this is my history. This is part of my story. These three ladies are part of my story. And I said, y'all, we got to take a new picture because it was crazy the day before. What came up in my memories was a picture of all four of us together, like 9 years prior, at my godson's kindergarten graduation. But I'm looking at these ladies now and I'm saying, this is history. These are part of my story. I honor them. You have to be okay with the people who are part of your story, and new people are going to come and they're going to be part of your story because I have new people in my life now that I never thought would be part of my story. Didn't know what God would do. Never even had an inkling in my mind that they would be part of something that I was doing. But the Lord brought people to be part of a new story. You got a story, but then there's chapters in the book, y'all. There's chapters in books. And then once a book is done and you say the end, doesn't necessarily that's the end for that book. But then here's another story. Here's a new chapter that you have to write. Don't be afraid to write a new chapter with new people, new paths. All right. All right. I hope y'all got something out of that. I hope y'all got something out of that. Because it's the weekend. I want y'all to go. I want y'all to have fun. Eat healthy. I know y'all probably gonna eat some barbecue and all that kind of stuff, and just don't overindulge. Don't overindulge. Eat the food. I wish I could have. I'm not eating right now, so I have to wait. But yeah, I have to wait. So, anyways, let me just go back over what I went over this morning, or when I first started was EFA. Meal prep is coming back in June, which is in a couple of days. I will be putting out a flyer, and you'll be able to order your meal prep if you are in the Chicagoland area. I do not ship as of right now, but that will be coming in the future. So if you're somewhere else, don't be sad that you won't get the meal prep and all that kind of stuff. It will be coming soon. So EFA is coming back. Juices will be launched in July. That's what we're going to do. It's 4th of July, so we're going to boom, it's going to blow up. Yes, thank you, Kevin. APA, which is Ascension Prayer Academy. That is the new name. It is no longer Fasted Life Prayer School. It is Ascension Prayer Academy, because I believe God is going to do something major with this prayer academy. It is not just, good morning, Sabrina. It is not just me, y'all watching and listening to me pray. I am teaching, and we are going to pray and activate so that we have intellectual intercessors, intellectual prayer warriors, intellectual people who fast, that we know how to do it and we're doing it well. All right. So I love y'all to life. I love y'all. If you're just getting on, watch the replay. It wasn't that long today. It's only 1 hour, 8 minutes. I think that's it for now. So the prayer school is open if you want to join. EFA is busting through the doors because this is how I feel right now. Why not? Why not do it? Why can't I? Who said that I couldn't? Oh, thank you, Shanika. See, this is why you're one of my admins. The writers workshop is in August. I will be putting out a flyer for the writers workshop. There will be it's called Scribe It Out. That's what it's going to be called. Scribe It Out. And all the details is coming. The flyer will be put out because I'm going to have an early bird special. This is an in-person situation. If you are in Chicago, Indiana, it's in person. Come and be part of this. I believe it's going to be dynamic. We're going to do a day of writing and all the things. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Okay. If you are on Facebook and you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, because there are certain things that I'm going to be rolling out EFA style, as far as cooking and classes that's going to be on YouTube and not Facebook. And so I don't want you to miss out on EFA and what she is going to be doing. So please go over there. It's Tamara Rochelle. You know what? Hold on. I don't want to do the live stream thing. Hold on. If you give me a minute, I'll put the link on, because the people on YouTube already know. So the people on YouTube already know. They already over there. Let me get y'all the link on Facebook. Let me do this real quick. So then y'all can go over there and subscribe. There y'all go on Facebook. Y'all got that. And yeah, y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it is some stuff I'm not going to be doing on Facebook at all. I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to, it's for an exclusive audience. So go and subscribe to that. The writers workshop will be August 19th. The flyer will be going out soon. Registration will be going up. Early bird special is going to be active, all of that stuff. So I want y'all to be a part of this writers workshop. If you want to write a book, you want to write a screenplay, you want to write something, you just locked up and don't know how to get started, this is the class for you. All right. I love y'all to life. And in parting, as I always say, we don't take days off. We don't take days. You're welcome, Ashley. We don't take days off as intercessors. Let's go. We are praying through the weekend, even though it's the holiday. You ain't probably got to work on Monday. We praying only if you got to go to church on Sunday. Pray for your pastor, pray for your congregations, pray for your people, cover your family, cover the children. Let me say this before I go. I saw something today, right? So I have a Ring camera, of course. And somebody posted something in the Ring community, and it made me a little upset that I had to reverse the curse. It was some kids that some mischief was happening, and I guess they had threw a brick or something through one of the neighbor who posted it through their neighbor's window or something like that. And they I mean, straight out was just like, these kids is going to be cursed with a curse for the rest of their lives. And I said, oh, no, we're not doing that, y'all. I had to reverse that curse over these children. Yeah, there is mischief, there's lawlessness, there's a lot of stuff in the land right now. But let's not curse the children. Okay. Let's not put them in bondage to their behavior right now as young adults, youth, and stuff like that. Let's pray over our children. Let's cover them. Let's pull them out of darkness. Let's love on them, but don't curse them. Okay. I literally got mad. I was going to put a comment, but I was like, I had to get on here, and I still might. But I had to reverse the curse. Okay. Don't curse our children. Yep. They are in a mental space right now that this rebellion is very strong, and they have been taken over by the rebellion, and this whole I only live once, can do what I want to do, whatever, all of this. Let's not curse them. Okay. Let's pray for them. Let's lift them up. Let's talk to them when we see them. Don't be afraid of them. All that type of stuff. Okay. That's my final thought. I love y'all to life. I will see y'all next week, if the Lord say the same. Friday, 8 a.m. CST, right here for the Fasted Life broadcast. Talk to y'all later. All right, y'all on YouTube. Y'all know I love y'all to life. Thank y'all for rolling with me. Deuces. Have a good weekend.